Hi, I'm Susie Perry and welcome to How to Take Stunning Pictures.
We are now a digital generation. Most of us have cameras with us everywhere we go, and we're taking more photos than ever before. But what makes some photos really stand out from the rest?
Observe the quirks, observe the people, and suddenly it becomes more interesting.
In this series, some of the biggest names in photography will share their secrets to help show you how to see and think like a pro. We'll show you it's not the size of your equipment, but how you use it.
Now, if you're anything like me, you've probably got loads of holiday photographs that are just clogging up the memory on your computer because, well, let's be honest, nobody really wants to see them. But wouldn't it be great if we could come back on holiday with snaps that people did want to see?
Martin Parr is one of the most well-known photographers around. Famous for his wry observations on holidays, he blurs the boundaries between documentary and art. He's passionate about getting people to think about their photography in new ways.
People can tell a lot about their own selves and their stories and their relationship to the world through photography.
His budding students both love to travel and take their cameras with them wherever they go. Writer Susie Harrison is a bit of a nomad and travels the world for inspiration. Web designer Robin Coleman is about to cycle across Vietnam and wants to learn how to capture his adventure in the most memorable way. I caught up with them before they set off.
So, Robin, Suzanne, you're about to embark on your masterclass with Martin Parr. How are you feeling? Nervous, excited?
Bit of everything, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely excited. I think it's going to be cool to meet him.
Yeah, he's an amazing photographer. So what are you expecting to get out of your masterclass?
Basic techniques, maybe, just looking at it from a different angle. Just the uniqueness of him, really.
And what do you think is so special about the way that Martin shoots?
I think his sort of very typically British photographs and his sort of British humour that he brings to it and the colour. So it'll be really interesting to see photography through his eyes. OK, guys, well, enjoy, and I look forward to seeing your results later on in the show.
Martin's asked Robin and Susie to join him in Brighton for a classic British seaside experience. First, they're meeting Martin in a cafe to show him some of their images.
Hi, Robin. Come and sit down. What I like to do now is to look at some of the pictures you've taken before.
So this one was an alley in Dumfries. I just quite liked the way there was this depressing-looking alley, and it was called Park Lane, which, of course, we associate with a nice part of London. But I just don't think it actually works as a visually pleasing image.
I mean, it's hardly a disaster because it is quite different from the normal tourist view you would take.
I mean, I don't know how many tourist snapshots you'd get around Dumfries.
Careful what you say, you'll have the mayor onto you.
Yeah.
Robin, let's have a look at what you have for us.
Sure, yeah. OK, this one I'm perhaps a little bit disappointed with, which I took in Venice. The disappointment of it is maybe the composure, where you're just seeing the whole big wall here, but I wanted to try and capture the weirdness and strangeness of the accordion player right at the corner here.
I mean, one of the things you have to do when you see a situation like this and you know you're onto something, you have to explore it fully and try and work out how to best capture that. You have to decide what the picture's about, and then how you compose it will tell the viewer what you're trying to say. The first thing I want you to do, which is almost like a limbering up exercise, is to go out and photograph like a fly.
OK.
Yeah. And the idea here is that I want you to show us through the camera the flying, the sense of adventure, just to sort of free you up, if you like, to sort of get you into thinking about photography in a different way.
So, it's off to the beach to try out Martin's first tip.
Think about how a fly may fly, so you know we can get rid of all those perpendiculars, so you can actually shoot pictures without actually looking through the frame.
Right.
Yeah?
OK.
So that in itself is quite interesting. You know, we can be looking at the table here, and you know, a fly might just come along and just suddenly, hello, I'm pretending to be a fly. The reason why I'm a photographer is because I'm a nosy Parker. And the fantastic thing with having a camera is you can go in and say, I want to photograph that, I want to see what's going on, and people will think that's fine. I'm pretending to be a fly.
Oh, I actually thought you were a fly there.
I want to find out what people are thinking, what they're saying, what they're doing, and that's what makes me a photographer.
Yeah, I don't know if I could be that bold to just go up to people and snap away.
While Susie's feeling a little shy, Robin's getting stuck in.
I'm a fly, probably interested in all this.
And it's not long before Susie's inner fly is also attracted to the food.
My results kind of mixed. I think probably quite a few duds, but I'll have a proper look and I think there might be a few that I quite like.
As Martin explains, this approach is key to getting the best shots.
Unless you're trying and out there and taking all the bad photographs in order to get the one good one, you're never going to get the good one without the 1,000 bad ones. Experiment, you know, just try and take pictures that you haven't taken before. And the great thing about experimenting is it can either succeed or it can fail. If it fails, it doesn't matter. If it succeeds, great.
Martin's asked them both to meet him at the iconic Brighton Pier to check out how they're doing and to start them thinking about his next big idea.
So I've looked at some of your pictures from before. Some of them are quite nice, but they feel a bit like a fruit salad. Now we want a real main course. And you get the main course by actually making a statement about a subject, a place, something you're interested in, something you want to tell us about that particular subject. Off we go. Let's go. People photograph things that are sort of very timeless, so churches and sunsets, things, if you like, which are cliches. And I guess part of what I want to do is to pull people away from that and try and get people to think more carefully about what it is they're photographing and why they're photographing it.
Martin is famous for his ability to make us see well-known tourist destinations in a new light.
The mythology of a place is different from the reality. The great thing about photography is it can illustrate that very admirably. So you can compare the two ideas. So very often when I go to a place, I'm looking, if you like, for the honeypot, the icon, and then I show the people and what they're doing in front of that. And it's really the relationship between the people and the place in the background that is the basis of my work.
With this in mind, they're on the hunt for interesting characters along the pier.
These three ladies look very nice. Would you like to have your portrait taken? He's training up to be a very important photographer. Yes. So he's going to do your portrait.
Do you want to look at me, love? Hello?
I'm looking at that.
If you're doing a serious portrait, one of the things that often can let you down is people are smiling. Right, I tell you what, ladies, can you just look at me and don't smile, okay? I want you to be very serious. Okay. People want to smile.
Yeah.
They think they're helping you, okay? But the danger is it just looks like something from a snapshot album.
Oh, yes, aren't they nice?
Do you mind if I take a photo of you? Thank you very much.
When you're shooting someone, always keep talking to them, saying, that looks good, look at me.
Okay.
Keep, you know, you've got to acknowledge that you're there. What's this flag about?
It's got a crossbow.
Right. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I'm a rebel.
Is that right? With a cause. Observe the quirks, observe the people, and suddenly it becomes more interesting. That engagement is the key element that is going to drive people's photography forward. When you're shooting people, you've got to keep that dialogue going. You've got to keep even if they're doing everything right, you just say, this is great, look at me, don't smile, yeah? You've got to make sure that they know you're still interested in them.
Okay.
When you get that engagement, you can bring your work alive.
Susie and Robin have taken on board Martin's advice on shooting lots, but he can see they're still missing the best opportunities.
What I've noticed you're doing is not getting close enough. Okay. You're scared of people, I can tell. Yeah? Aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, when people are watching this, you can really get close, okay? Don't be worried about getting close.
Okay.
So I think you need to be a bit bolder. See, look, this is good. People looking up. They look surreal.
Yeah.
We know that's a potential shot.
With so much going on around them, there are plenty of great moments to capture.
When I'm a photographer, I'm going out and actually collecting stories about the world and trying to distill that into a few pictures.
The day's drawing to a close, so Martin sets them both assignments to see if they can put his tips to good use on their own.
We've had an interesting day. We've tried different ways of shooting. What I want you to do tomorrow, though, is find something in Brighton that you're interested in, whatever it is, and I want you to do a set of pictures to try and produce, if you like, a statement. We want to see your take on that place.
I'm feeling very nervous, actually. The pressure's on.
Yeah, a bit nerve-wracking. Obviously, he's an expert there, but I think from my past experience, I'll be able to manage it.
Hopefully, I can do something that will impress him.
If Susie and Robin remember all of Martin's tips, they should be able to produce some really striking images. First, take a fresh look at your subject. Experiment and shoot lots. Try to avoid cliches. Engage with your subject and be bold to really get the moment you're after. To find out more, check out our website at 5.tv/stunningpictures.
Robin and Susie are off down the prom to try and get their perfect picture. Cameras at the ready, with Martin's advice ringing in their ears. We'll catch up with them after the break to see if they're starting to think and see like a pro. Welcome back. We're on holiday with photographer Martin Parr. His photos are perceptive observations on the Great British Holiday. And he's given our amateur snappers, Robin and Susie, a masterclass on how to take some unusual holiday photographs.
People say and reveal a lot about themselves when they're actually got their own time and they're basically going about their leisure business. So for me, it's been a fantastic area to explore.
Martin set Robin and Susie an assignment to explore Brighton's leisure industry.
I'm hoping to employ some techniques that Martin taught us yesterday and hopefully come up with some good pictures at the end, which Martin likes.
It's not long before Susie spots a candidate for a portrait and has clearly taken on board Martin's advice on engaging with your subject.
Did you win both of those?
Yeah.
Good job. Obviously, Martin explained yesterday about how important it is to get proper portraits of people by getting some sort of discussion and work with the most interesting qualities. Just like, you know, feel the love of the chicken.
Robin is more interested in the people whose livelihood depends on the tourists.
Saw some guys setting up for their shops, some sort of quite colourful shirts being brought out on rails. So I just wanted to capture like Brighton people setting up shop, getting ready for the day, ready for the tourists.
He's remembered Martin's tip of looking out for those candid moments when people are distracted.
Taking photos of people without them realising and getting some nice natural shots. Quite a nice shot of you with reflection, you having a cigarette. Just... if it's all right, I'll just go away.
No, it's fine.
I guess everyone needs a break or two.
Back on the pier, Susie's not stopping for a break and is following Martin's advice on experimenting and shooting lots.
Anything I see that just catches my eye, I'm just going to take a shot of it and see what comes out well. I took some candids, got a few of people with stuff they've won on the fair, some people eating ice cream, so sort of food and prize-based at the moment.
I guess as a photographer, one of the things you hope to do is to create an iconic picture, but of course, you can never quite predict how and when that's going to happen. But in the end, it's down to luck. But the thing about luck is it's always earned. So you need that perseverance, and then suddenly things will happen, it'll flow in front of you, and you've got your moment.
Robin's been hanging out in the lanes all day and finally his luck pays off.
Watching Martin yesterday, I quite admired his confidence, just going up to people and just taking photos. All right.
Right. He's going to run around because he want to get back in.
9 times out of 10, people were OK with it and actually enjoyed the moment. That's brilliant. He's got his tattoos, he's got his silver jewellery out, and obviously his many pets as well, his rat and his little pug dog.
See you later.
Oh, that was lucky.
On the pier, Susie has found an amusement that really engages her and has decided to focus on it.
Well, there's lots of people playing, and hopefully I can employ Martin's tactic from yesterday of getting people when they're distracted doing other things. Hopefully we'll get some sort of action shots of people winning big dolphins. You can get some really interesting, candid shots of people being, you know, just enjoying themselves, which is really what I want to try and show.
During the masterclass, Martin stressed how important it is to really explore a subject that interests you to get the best results.
I think it's taken the pressure off a bit because I feel like I've already taken quite a few good ones in there.
I think I've got some great shots today. There's at least 6 or 7 that will tell the story of today's task.
It's back to the studio now for our guys to pick their favourite photo to show to Martin. It's the moment of truth. Have they managed to capture their stunning picture?
I'm quite pleased how my photos turned out.
Just flicking through them now, I think he likes the shots where you actually see the true life of what's going on.
I think it's difficult to judge, actually. I'd be very interested to hear his take on which ones he likes.
Hi. So I think now we should look at what you've done and review the work. So this is in the North Lanes.
Yeah, there's some quite eccentric characters, as you can see here. I'm referring to the guy, not the dog, by the way.
Right.
And you can just see he's got his rat, the nose, right next to his rings there.
I'm not convinced the actual composition is right for the photo. I would have put the rat's nose just coming in at the top of the photo. I mean, I think you're on the right direction. It's just not quite as good as it could be. No, I like this. I think these little moments to the side of things are often more revealing than the moment itself. So this the whole ritual now of people coming out and smoking. It's a very good observation. So I think this works well in the set.
Thank you.
So Suzanne, you were back at the pier.
Yes.
Let's have a look at what you came up with.
I chose this one because there was lots of smiling and people sort of happy, but I quite like this one because of this absolute sense of concentration that this guy was showing.
I think this is good. I think this is one of these situations where you could consider using a little kiss of flash.
Right, yeah.
So when you're in those situations against the light, sometimes not full flash, but a little kiss just to lighten up the face.
Okay.
This is a kind of situation where that might have been useful.
I quite like this because this girl just came along and she adopted this stance, and it was just another view of what was going on.
Yeah, it looks good. You could be a fashion photographer, you know, at this rate.
Thank you.
I very much like the way you've got a lot of variety, even though it's one place that you photograph. I really like the way you're exploring this, and I feel this sort of spirit of adventure and exploration, even within a very small microcosm of Brighton, is really paying off.
Earlier, Martin went through all of Robin and Susie's images to pick the one shot from each of them that he thinks stands out.
If I have to single out one, it's probably one that's less obvious. So one of these looks pretty good. We'll start with Robin. It's a vertical.
OK.
Any ideas?
I think it'll have a rat in it, perhaps.
Interesting. There you go. I really like this. I mean, I like first the way the guy's head is almost on that rail. And I like his look. It's like a little penetrating, knowing look. It's quite a surreal photo. And I think it looks great when you blow it up, in fact.
Great, yeah. That's one I was really pleased with. And as you say, the guy's look was priceless.
So, Suzanne, let's see yours.
Oh.
I like the fact that she's with her daughter. I like the fact they got similar hair, and I like the fact we see the tattoos again. And of course, then we have this wider picture with this blue and the background. I think it's probably in the end, for me, it's the one I prefer, obviously, because I chose it.
Thank you. Quite pleased with what he had to say, and it was interesting to get his view on them, because obviously when you're shooting, you never know quite what you're going to come up with.
I think they made a good start because I think they've realised now that the thing that's going to push them forward is this notion of engaging. And by doing that, you can really reap the benefits. And I think we've started to see that process happen, and I hope they continue in this same vein.
What I've come away with from the whole experience is a bit more confidence in myself to go up to people and take their photos.
I think what we can see here is that by concentrating on one thing, coming in closer, exploring it better, making sure it's something that you can identify with, that's when you can really reap the benefits of going to a place and trying to take away photographs that tell you something about your relationship to that place.
Looking forward to sort of taking lots more shots and putting into practice what I've learned.
So there were Robin and Susie's pictures. Do you think you could do even better?